Hello everyone, and welcome to the annual Essays in Espresso Game of the Year Awards. The SAE, the most coveted award in game industry. With me today are my usual cohorts. Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
And Boken, how are you doing?
What is our award called? The SAE?
Yeah, it's the coveted SAE.
SAEE? The fuck are you saying?
SAE. And I imagine it's like a coffee mug that has been spray painted like gold, so it has like a matted gold look to it.
And like,
Do you write it like
there's like a
SAE with a couple of Y's at the end, or?
Yes. SA-Y. SAE.
So is there like a ceramic platform just like haphazardly glued to this spray painted coffee mug?
Yeah. So last year, I feel like I kind of accosted the two of you with this. Did you guys know that I was gonna just make it a joke last year, or did you think we were gonna have a serious award?
I mean, you can kind of tell that it's going to be a joke because you fucks don't even play current games.
Look who's
That's
talking,
just me.
Mr. I only play fucking Street Fighter V, Valorant, and Path of Exile.
I make an effort to find enough to play and watch for this fucking podcast while also like getting better at competitive games.
Last episode, I was talking about Asian horror cinema. Daniel, I think you were talking about one video game. Boken had two games, and he was so mad when we tried to dunk on him for this.
You motherfucker talking about games
maybe we should,
on this video game podcast.
Maybe we should stop considering this a video game podcast. Maybe it's just a fuck around and talk shit podcast.
It's a multimedia empire franchise.
Yeah. We do whatever we want.
And so to the newcomers, the people who didn't listen to last year's award show, the basic premise of this award show is that all award shows are kind of wank, and that we acknowledge that we are wank, and therefore we are a more legitimate platform. And so,
because we are not pretentious about our wankery.
Oh yeah, like, look, The Last of Us is not going to win Best Game of the Year here.
No, it will not.
But
I assure you that it will not.
Okay, hold on. Do you even have a Game of the Year category?
Oh yeah, of course I do. What do you think I am?
I don't know.
But
Last year
anyway.
you asked us like the favorite horse from our 2020 games or something.
Favorite horse, that would have been a good one. There were good horses this year.
I bet now you're secretly adding it to your doc. You're like, oh shit. What are some horses? The horse from Tsushima, maybe?
Oh yeah, he's there. There's probably a horse in The Last of Us 2. Oh no, I just said she wasn't gonna win.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, there's one at the start at least. Anyway, so if you're mad that we don't give the games you want to win the awards, just know that our opinions are the only valid ones and that you are wrong.
Yes.
It's not that we just have different standards. It's not that you happen to like something we didn't. It's that you are wrong and we are right.
Always.
And
You are
I
you are pretending like we're gonna have a serious awards show here. Like, why even make all these disclaimers?
Because the people need to know. They need to know that their opinions
Also,
don't mean shit.
well, we're looking down on them from our ivory towers. Unlike every other award show, we're very transparent about the rules we follow. So I've updated them with I've updated them with one rule from last year, but I'm gonna go over them all. So, rule 1, for every category, we must reach at least a 2/3 consensus for a winner to be crowned. And as we discovered last year, that basically means we shoot the shit for 5 minutes until one of us doesn't care about the category anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
If Rule 2, if you, the listener, have a different opinion, that's fine. Rule 3, none of these choices actually matter, don't take it too seriously. Rule 4, we must have seen at least a trailer for a game before we can vote on it. And yeah, the new rule, I kind of preempted it, I said it earlier, the award is called the SAE, and it's a coffee mug which has been spray painted gold. So,
I have a question.
Okay.
If I haven't seen something, like
Yes.
if I haven't even seen a trailer, I think we had this last year too, I'm not allowed to even vote on it. Like, even if I was like, whatever, Daniel, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna vote for your game, but I can't because I haven't even seen a trailer of it.
Well, you have to
I'm
remember,
legally not
Bogan,
allowed.
Well, yeah, you're legally not allowed. You could go to jail, but if you lie and we don't catch you in the lie, then it counts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean,
so-
let's make this a little bit specific just so we don't get hung up on semantics. You don't have to have literally seen a trailer. It could just be gameplay. Like you happen to catch
Well, not even.
you happen to
Sure.
catch some gameplay. That's good enough.
You were on Twitch one day and you saw that a certain game was like trending, and you saw that in the sidebar and you were like, oh yeah, it was trending, that counts as a trailer too.
Sure, I guess.
That's not, no. What if I heard people talk about it on another podcast, but I've never even seen what it looks like? I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
say
going to be
that
most of
doesn't
the
count
games
either.
I'm going to talk about.
I mean, Boken, wouldn't you say that gives you an even more nuanced take than actually having seen the gameplay footage? I mean, come on.
No.
Well, we need that perspective too, Bogan. But yeah, most of the categories are returning from last year. We hit a gold mine with those. But there's a couple of new ones, a couple of changed ones. And I think there's no better way to do this than just to start. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we begin?
No.
Now let's get this show
Please
on the
stop.
road. I got my coffee ready.
Please make sure that we
hey.
don't spend an hour on every category because they got shit to
Oh
do.
yeah, we're gonna burn through this. I have 30 categories.
Oh,
No.
my
Just like the
fucking
Oscars,
God.
this gets longer and longer every year.
And less satisfying.
So strap in. Oh yeah, and less satisfying. There's a lot of these fake. I'm gonna just pad it out with fake technical awards, which nobody cares about. The best lighting.
You say that as if you don't know that we are still gonna argue about bullshit anyway.
Do we have a category for best horse genitals?
No, we don't. I'm sorry. I didn't put as much work into this year's as I did last year's.
Oh, also one more rule: only games of the actual year apply, not games we have played
no,
this
no, no,
year
no,
that
no, no,
didn't
no.
come out.
I
this
have a
year.
joke. I'm gonna say a joke later, and you can't take that away from me.
All right, let's do it.
Now, yeah, that's true. Only games of this year apply. So, a returning category from last year, and this is, of course, the SAE for the dumbest gaming-related decision of the year. And the nominees are eating that bat in China and ruining the world, electronic arts
I'm
did microtransactions again? ? Selective feedback craze, Nintendo shutting down suicide charity funds, Marvel Avengers, and the refusal of Chinese authorities to acknowledge and address the structural damage which has appeared on the Three Gorges Dam in the Yangtze River. The Hubei province deserves better. not a very gamer move by China. Which one of these is the dumbest gaming-related decision?
I think
of
that.
2020?
I
Can
think
you
that.
post-
Wait, I think that first one is invalidated because I think that technically was last year.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He tried to sneak in. Disqualified.
Can you post the question and the answers in our Discord?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
What a fucking organized and well thought out fucking venture this has been.
I pity the one of us who has to edit this.
Well, I'm gonna be on vacation soon. I'm not even gonna be home, so it's probably not me.
So, like, most of these are kind of jokes. I don't know. Did Electronic Arts do microtransactions again?
No, I don't remember.
Did they?
I mean, they did probably on NBA 20 whatever the fuck. People don't even care anymore. They definitely do on FIFA. They do on Apex Legends. But people really didn't get mad about that.
No, it's also just... that's not a dumb gaming-related decision because there was no real backlash. I feel like Nintendo shutting down suicide charity funds is the dumb gaming-related decision.
That's not the whole story. So what Nintendo actually did was they weren't against the charity fund. They just said you can't use the name Joy-Con because it's copyrighted. They just said just take out Joy-Con. You can do whatever you want.
I have been just absorbed by. This is why I have you guys here, because I read headlines. You guys read the stories.
So yeah, like.
Okay.
I mean, on the face of it, it seems really bad, but like, I think what Nintendo did was fair. It's just like, yeah, Joy-Con is copyright. You can't do that. But like,
call it
they
something
didn't,
else and it's fine.
Yeah, they said just call it something else and do what you need to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest here. Well, yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, we have selective feedback craze, Marvel's Avengers, and China not fixing the Three Gorges Dam as the dumbest gaming-related decisions. Is it Marvel's Avengers?
Yes.
Daniel?
It's a bad game that came out in a bad state.
With microtransactions?
Probably? I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure you can buy, like, dumb...
Oh, yeah, you can buy skins and shit. Yeah. And I'm sure they banked on that game like crazy, and now it has lost the millions of dollars.
Yeah. But I feel like when the Three Gorges Dam breaks, that's gonna cost China probably trillions of dollars in infrastructure damage.
But how is that a gaming-related decision?
Neglecting it is not a gamer move, Daniel. They're probably gamers who live in the
like a gamer move.
They're probably gamers who live in the Hubei province.
I'm sure there are, but that's not a gaming-related decision.
So it's Marvel's Avengers?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
China won this last year with I think it was like 2K or somebody, or was it like it was something to do with Chinese censorship, I think. But Square Enix has snatched it away from China. So, the next category is the best platform exclusive. So this is the award for the best console platform exclusive. Also, these games might not be exclusive. So, we have Last of Us again, otherwise known as The Last of Us 2.
What do you mean some of these aren't exclusive?
Well, I don't know if all of them are exclusive. Maybe they weren't. Like, this is because we had Death Stranding nominated last year. This is just a vestigial asterisk to the nomination.
And you didn't bother just actually doing some work and researching whether the games were platform exclusive or not?
Of course not.
Of
course not.
I remember you last time also forgetting a bunch of games.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna come up. So we have Last of Us, we have Demon Souls Remake, Astro's Playroom, Neo 2, Hyrule Warriors, Animal Crossing, and an Xbox game.
Yeah, well,
Which one of these
a minute.
is the best?
Wait a minute. With Neo 2,
Yeah.
Neo 2, I guess, it might be technically exclusive throughout the year of 2020, but it's going to PC soon.
Yeah, but that counts.
Oh.
I mean, I
Well,
think
Death
that's
Stranding counted
I'm gonna
last
let
year,
that
so...
count.
I mean, it's coming to PC next year.
But it's still a reason to... Well, I guess it's not really a reason
Bogan
to get a
just wants to
PlayStation
give
4.
Neo
but-
2 more awards.
No. I just think exclusivity is such a joke anyway. Like, everything is eventually coming to PC.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to say, well, it was technically exclusive throughout the year of 2020, sure.
Yeah.
That is technically true.
I think I'm gonna go. Like, I would let that count.
So, I have not played Neo 2, but I have beaten to its completion Neo 1, and I have seen gameplay footage of Neo 2, and it has made me go, oh, this looks like Neo 1, but better. So I'm picking Neo. I want to pick Neo 2, but at the same time, I also kind of want to pick the Demon Souls remake. So I'm kind of
Oh, that's...
stuck between those two because I have not played the Demon Souls remake, but I have beaten Demon Souls.
Ah.
I am not going to go with the Demon Souls remake. I think I've
Yeah,
made
me
my
neither.
reasoning very clear. And I would like to add to this list Valorant.
Is that a platform exclusive? Is that a PC exclusive?
Well, yeah,
Well, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
we can add
definitely not
Valorant.
picking Valorant.
fine.
Me
I just
neither.
want to put it on there.
I think an Xbox game is overlooked. That's probably a fine one.
What?
Is
There
that
is
not
no
funny?
Xbox game because every Xbox game is also on PC.
No, it says so right there in the nomination list. An
No.
Xbox game.
Okay.
It's probably Neo
Also,
2,
you put
yeah?
Hyrule Warriors. I'm pretty sure you meant Age of Calamity.
Oh yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, because
Is
that's
that
Yeah.
the one that came out?
that is the one that came out. I played a little bit of it,
Okay.
very little of it. It is certainly another Zelda game that plays like a Dynasty Warriors game. Which is not
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing, except for the frame rate. The frame rate was unfortunate.
Didn't that Berserk Muso game, didn't that play very similarly?
Not as good.
But
See,
it's
that game
the
to
same
me
genre,
seems so
right?
weird because Berserk is very it's very introspective and like somber, and the characters are like thinking about how their lives are affected by the philosophy around them. To make that into like big sword goes swoosh swoosh, it seems like the wrong fit to me.
Not only that, but like there's such a ludonarrative like dissonance with the show or the manga or the original story making such a big deal out of Guts killing like 100 dudes in the forest, but then in Dynasty Wars you kill
Oh,
like
yeah.
thousands of people. Like it's so ridiculous.
That's good.
So, I don't know. I don't want to harp on this too much, but I feel like there's a balance we need to strike here between the console exclusive or the platform exclusive that we liked the most versus the one that was the healthiest, like that actually helped the platform that it was on.
Oh, you
I
think
feel-
it can't just be the best one. It has to have some I see.
Some
I see.
gravitas.
Yeah.
In that case,
Last of Us 2.
no. I think The Last of Us 2, actually, I think that game and the sort of craziness surrounding it, that probably hurts Sony more than helps them.
I don't think it
Nah.
does. I don't think it does.
I
don't think we are at a point where people are still buying PS4s to get The Last of Us 2. Like that ship has
True,
sailed. Most
true.
people have one.
And
I
you
feel
know
like
what?
the only
If
one-
it did hurt
well-
Sony, we haven't seen that show up in the sales of the next gen consoles yet.
Not only that,
That's a
but
good
we
point.
have to remember that since we're very in tune with the industry in a way that most normies aren't. I feel like when we see the conversations being held concerning The Last of Us 2, to us it holds a lot more significance. While I think like Joe Schmo, or Jane Doe or whoever, or just, going to GameStop and be like, oh, picking up Last of Us 2, they're, like that, the discourse is not affecting like the average consumer the way it is us. So to us, it seems like it's having a lot more impact than it might actually be having.
True. So does The Last of Us 2 win?
I don't fucking know. I don't want it to win.
I don't think Last of Us wins. I can see a case for Animal Crossing. I think that game has done really well, especially in the pandemic.
I think, you make a good point, sir. I think Animal Crossing should win. It has,
And I think Demon Souls could be argued.
but like, I think with Animal Crossing, like, I feel like that game, more than any other game here, has had the most positive impact on people throughout the year, because people were stuck in their homes, people were depressed over the pandemic, and Animal Crossing allowed people to have peace.
Well, this isn't, we're not evaluating impact. This is just best platform exclusive.
But that's what we're saying. It's like, would you like to get this console because that game is only on there?
Yeah, and I feel like
that's true.
I feel like there were a lot of people that were like, you know what? I want to get Animal Cross. I want to get the Switch so I can play Animal Crossing because shit sucks right now, and I just want a nice, fun, relaxing game where I fish and I talk to my neighbors and I have like a peaceful time.
That turns you into a slave.
So it's Animal Crossing.
I could make, I don't know. I don't know if Valorant has led to a lot of PC buys. I'm going to say probably not, because that game runs on almost anything. But it's kind of wild that there's a huge thriving scene around that game right now, because, we are in the beginning stages of the esport. And I think that game is really profitable. At least it feels like that, considering how many people are buying the skins in that. And there are regions across the world where, like, even Japan has a fairly robust Valorant scene, it seems. And Japan is not known for PC games at all.
Oh.
And yeah, like
That's
Turkey is huge in Valorant. Brazil is huge in Valorant. I don't know if that game has actually been doing well for PCs.
All right, so I think I'm gonna say Animal Crossing though, because I want to move on from this
From this
category.
topic.
I can agree with that.
All right, so the SAE for best platform exclusive goes to Animal Crossing, a fiery
New
contested
Horizons.
category. New Horizons.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
All right, then. The next category, this was a joke category I created last year just to dunk on Kingdom Hearts 3, and this is, of course, the best kid game for children. Except I've added /man children to this category. So, my nominees are Buck Snacks. That seems like a kid game.
I've heard otherwise.
It is not a kid game.
It's not a kid game?
No.
It's out of the list then.
From what I've heard, it is a game that pretends to be a kid game, but it's secretly a lot darker than it appears.
Although I can well, okay, first of all, read all the entries.
Okay, so Astro's Playroom, is that a kids game?
Probably,
yeah.
All right.
But I'm not allowed to vote on it.
My only exposure to it has been watching the Writing on Games video about it, and it seems like a kid's game to me.
I've seen
feel like that
Eurothug, who's going to come on the podcast in a few episodes, maybe. I've seen her tweet about it, so that counts. But the other nominees are Paper Mario, the Origami King. We have Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and we have Doom 2020. Which one of these is the
Wait,
best
do you
kid
mean
game
Doom
for
Eternal?
children? Yeah, Doom Eternal. So
why Doom
What's
Eternal?
next, though?
I think kids could enjoy Doom. I would have loved
The
Doom
game's
when I was a
rated
kid.
M.
I don't care.
How could kids enjoy
Well,
it
some
if they're technically not supposed to be playing it?
Well, that's why they enjoy it, Daniel. It's the forbidden fruit effect.
I mean, I guess, but then by that logic, Call of Duty is also a kid's game.
Did we have a Call of Duty this year? How do I ask?
Yes.
I feel like there's a Call of
Cold
Duty
War.
every year.
Cold War came out.
Did it? I don't care. Anyways,
I'm gonna say
I
Call
don't
of-
want Paper Mario to win out of principle because fuck that
Okay.
series. Like every game after the 1,000-Year Door has sucked. Fucking Super
Ugh.
Paper Mario was trash. Sticker Star was trash. Color Splash was trash. I'm sure Origami King is also trash. I want them to go back to how Paper Mario was. I want them to go back. It's not fair.
See, I would give this to Bugsnax maybe, because
Is that a grown-ups game kids can play?
yes, exactly. It is. There's no punishment in Bugsnax, and I think it's very colorful. It's cute, and kids can just ignore all the storylines they don't understand. Right? They can just play it
Yeah.
for the bug collection, and then that is the part where it's for the children. But then it comes to the actual man children like us, who can then enjoy the more dark, the dark hints of the story that unfold towards the end. So I think it's perfect for children and man children.
You've given
And
me
otherwise-
things to...
Otherwise, I can see a case for Animal Crossing, because that game is actually made for fucking children. Like, that is a game that is probably the first game where I got hints and these little UI tips where like, oh, don't try this unless you're like this old, and if you're not, then please get an adult to supervise you. The first time that I actually saw those kind of notes on the game. But I've also heard on various podcasts that the game is bad in terms of functionality when you want to play it with your kids. Like, you have this island, right? And there's only one island master, and the others can run around on that island, but they can't build stuff and all that. And I heard from people like on the Beastcast where they actually gave the island master to their 6-year-old child. And then they couldn't progress. They wanted to play the game, but the child didn't understand what it was doing. So it didn't progress the story in any way. And he was like stuck there and couldn't do anything. So he couldn't review the game. So
Yeah.
that is a design oversight.
So it's Bugsnax.
I would say so.
Let's do it.
All right, it's Bugsnax. The next category is things they need to stop making. All right, so I have 3 nominees here. You guys feel free to add to this one if you want.
Open
So
world
the
games.
first- Well, hold on.
Let's
The
hear
first
'em out.
nominee. The first nominee is Resident Evil remakes. They're getting dangerously close to remaking Resident Evil 4. Leave it alone.
They
Oh,
they're
yeah.
already said they're gonna remake it.
I know they did.
They
I'm
still have
saying
time to
leave it
stop.
alone. The second nominee is anything whose message is it is okay to cry. It's enough. I've had enough of this. And the third nominee is
Oh,
Assassin's
Ben
Creed
Shapiro comes
Valhalla.
out.
Just
Assassin's
Valhalla?
Creed Valhalla slash video games using Viking aesthetics without Viking substance. So you can call that a niche irk that I have when I see Viking games. Maybe I'm too knowledgeable about this. Maybe this isn't a real problem. But either do Vikings in Viking games or stop doing it.
But wait, what's wrong
Anyway.
with the message of it's okay to cry? What's wrong with that?
It's just overdone. You know what's the great thing about Primal? Tarkowski cartoon?
Is it overdone?
Yeah, it's everything. Like, you can't turn on Cartoon Network without Steven Universe telling you, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. You can cry if you want to.
It's my party.
That's
I could cry
game,
if I
Asa.
want
Steven
to.
Universe, as far as I know, is not a game.
Yeah, for real. It's not a game. Because my mind was going like, what fucking games are doing that? And I can't think of any.
Exactly.
What fucking game is like sitting down the player, putting a hand on their shoulder and be like, it's okay to cry, dude. Put the Mountain Dew away and just let the tears roll.
I want to add to this category checklist open world games. I'm fucking
Checklist
done.
open world games.
I'm done with stealth and crafting and choose whatever way you want to play it gameplay.
So
Stop.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
So here's the thing, though, about Resident Evil remakes. I think the idea that the Resident Evil remake team is unstoppable is hilarious to me. That, like, that I want to see. I want to see, like,
this train
the
has
main.
no brakes.
I want to see the main team is trying to make Resident Evil 8. Like, they're in the middle of making it, but the remake team has already caught up, and they're remaking 8 while they're still trying to make 8.
Okay, I'm gonna go with checklist open world games then, because that's a funny joke Daniel just said.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Yay. I win.
Yay!
I've saved the industry.
You did, Bogan.
See, I would have said Assassin's Creed Valhalla if it meant no more Assassin's Creed games, period, but you focus too much on the Viking thing. And I think the problem is less the Viking thing and more so Assassin's Creed needs to fucking die.
Is Assassin's Creed even Assassin's Creed anymore?
I don't know,
Hasn't
man.
it become like a completely generic action RPG at this point?
Assassin's Creed is just like this empty hut. It's like a hand that can just be shoved into any husk and be made to kind of like play it, where it's ancient Egypt now, but the setting doesn't inform the game. It's a Viking game now, but the setting doesn't inform the game in any meaningful way. It's just like this faceless sort of chameleon decoy, bleh, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's
I
gross.
don't want to give it to that because I don't want Assassin's Creed to win any awards. We have to remember we are giving out awards here. These are coveted
Well,
essays.
These are like backhanded awards. Things I need to stop making is not exactly a prestigious award.
But what about best kid game for children and man-children? Well, the next one is a real category. This is the SAE award for the best world. Right?
Okay.
Innocuous
All right.
so far.
Okay, that's a good
No.
traditional. Let's see it then.
Okay, it's Final Fantasy VII Remake Midgar. Yakuza 0 World, is that
What?
this year,
Yakuza
Daniel?
0 didn't come out this year?
Oh.
Yakuza 0
the
came
other
out like
one, I'm
3
sorry.
years ago.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. There was another Yakuza that came out this year. Yakuza 8?
Yeah, no, Yakuza Like a Dragon. But
Yes,
that doesn't take place in
like-
Kamurocho.
You know, Daniel, I'm kind of the reason why they named it Like a Dragon.
No, you're not. I am.
Damn. The one man I couldn't make that lie up to.
Yeah, literally. I was in the interview with Scott Stricker, and I asked him like, "Hey, have you considered maybe throwing out the subtitle Like a Dragon. He was just like, huh, that's a good idea.
Has he paid you yet?
Ugh, I wish.
Check is probably in
I
the
wish.
mail. But what do you say? Does its world not merit a nomination?
Its world is Japan, so I mean.
Well, then we're not doing it. Enough with the anime, Japan.
But the
No.
but the thing is, Like a Dragon, like most of the Yakuza games take place in Kamurocho or Sotenbori. And as far as I know, you don't go to Kamurocho in Like a Dragon, so I mean, I haven't actually touched the game yet, so I'm not totally sure.
Oh, okay. The third nominee is Hades in Hades. That's a good world. Cyberpunk 2077, Night City. We have Carrion. That's the place Carrion takes place in. And Phasmophobia,
kind of
Haunted Houses.
Isn't
Yeah, the
that-
facility.
Is there anything special about that?
It's just like a nice place.
Okay. That doesn't seem like
And,
a
yeah.
world.
Well, Phasmophobia, Haunted Houses is barely a world. Anyway, those are the, those
so
are the nominees.
another nominee of yours is bullshit then. Great.
They're all bullshit, Boken.
I like that you use that as a counter argument, even though you just make your own argument worse because you also added that one.
So I'm actually gonna give my vote to Phasmophobia. I like that you go into like your little hub there and you're like picking out on the map. There's a haunted house here in Oklahoma. Let's go over there.
But that's not a world.
That's a world.
That's just Oklahoma.
No, it's also like Seattle.
Well, I mean, if you want to
It's
think of
also
it,
Alabama.
if you want to think of it in technical terms, it is a world in the sense that it is a game world that was created.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
that's not
Daniel
how.
said.
I feel like that's not how we should think about this. I feel like we should get a sense of place and universe out of what we're giving this award to. Like, you understand this is a special place where people have roles, and you understand how the world works. Hades, for example, would be my pick, or maybe Coffee Talk, which I talked about, but I know you guys don't. You probably haven't even seen anything about that, so that's not.
I saw that it came out this year,
I own
Yeah.
it.
and I didn't include it.
I own it,
There's
but
a
I
lot
have
of-
not touched it.
World building is, I think, what I'm looking for here, and
Well, it's best world, not best world building.
but I think world building makes the best world,
Yeah.
and so I would give it to Hades then.
Well, Hades is gonna win anyways, but
I mean,
we
I
don't
haven't
need to be too
I haven't
pedantic.
played Hades, and I've only seen like very little actual gameplay of it. So I don't know.
That's fine.
What
Lisa
would you
can
pick, Daniel?
nominate it.
The FF7 like fan in me wants to say Midgar, but at the same time, because my mind is thinking of the original game, but like we're talking about the remake, and the remake is a very small representation of the grander world of Final Fantasy VII. So I don't know if that makes total sense.
You know, Daniel, if you're a fan of conceptual scope, you may want to give your vote to Phasmophobia.
Are you really gonna use my own fucking video against
Can
me?
Daniel even?
I've
Daniel
never even
give
seen
it-
gameplay of Phasmophobia.
Yeah, me neither. So
Well,
that game
you've
dies
seen
by default.
you guys have seen it be nominated. I feel like that's enough. That counts as a trailer.
So it's Hades then by default. Either that or Final Fantasy.
I mean, Cyberpunk's Night City looks cool. That's all I can say about it.
I haven't even
Yeah.
played it.
That's literally it. Like I like how it looks. I can't say
Yeah.
anything else about it.
I heard that game is buggy as shit, so I feel like the world building would probably like be pretty hurt by that.
Oh, but maybe not. Maybe it just adds to like the weirdness. Like how a bunch of PlayStation 1 horror games were buggy as shit and it just made everything creepier.
Well, we don't know.
But it's Hades, yeah?
Yeah, just give it to Hades.
Yeah, I'd say it's Hades.
Yay!
Hades has like these multiples, I guess it's circles of hell if you want, even though it's not a Christian world, obviously. And there's a lot of like...
What?
These are the defenses that are holding back the people who are trying to get out, which is what makes sense since you are trying to get out. And then there's a lot of like effort put into, oh, these are the contracts that these spirits made, and like in the house of Hades, there's this whole fucking bureaucracy that is going on, and then Hades is just sitting there the entire time, like reading documents and making signatures. It's well done.
It's well done. So Hades finally won something. It could have probably gotten Best Kid Game, yeah? No. Anyway.
No?
The next category is another returning one, and that's Best Anime. But I've expanded this category to also include OnlyFan content creators, and you'll discover why I've added that. So the nominees are Belle Delphine, The Mandalorian,
why did I know that?
and
What?
Vin Diesel in the Arc 2 trailer. So which one of
What?
these is the best anime / OnlyFans content creator?
No.
What? You seem to have some issue with my nominees, Daniel.
That shit doesn't count as anime.
Well,
Why
These are the
did I
nominees.
know? Why did I know that the moment you said I'm adding OnlyFans that it was gonna be Belle Delphine?
She's the only
Why
one
did I
I
know
know.
that?
Is Pokimane OnlyFans girl or is she a Twitch girl? I think she's a Twitch girl. That's why I didn't include her.
I have no idea. I could not give the faintest fart of a fuck about Pokimane or Belle Delphine or any of these.
I'm
fucking
the only
people.
I'm the only one who has even seen a 2020 anime.
I like that
Wait.
neither one of you has pointed out that there's actually no anime nominated.
Wait a minute. Is that even true? I don't know if that's true. Have you?
I didn't see any.
I feel like I've seen an anime that came out this year.
Did
Okay, name it.
JoJo's Bizarre
Name it.
Adventure Part 5 come out this year?
No, I don't. Did it?
No, it won last year, so it probably didn't.
Didn't Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2 come out this year?
I think you're right.
Does
But it's
that
too
count?
late to add it to the list.
No, it's not too late.
I love
But-
Bokins. Does that count?
Well, yeah.
It's the only anime.
That's not a new
Does the rest
anime.
of the
That's
shit count?
Wait, see,
that's the second season
what? Why wouldn't that count?
because it's
JoJo
not
5
a new
counted.
release.
It is
No,
a new
JoJo 5
release.
counted.
The show is not
See,
new,
that-
but it's new content for the show coming out this year.
I don't know. If that counts, then I have to go with like Haikyuu season 5.
Why not?
Okay,
Go for it.
motherfucker.
I'm going for
I'm nominating
Kaguya-sama
Haikyuu
Love is
season
War
5.
Season 2.
I'm gonna go with Vin Diesel in the Arc 2 trailer, so one of us has to change his mind. Did you see that trailer? He was so rubbery. It was so bad. I'm gonna go with Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Yeah.
Have you even
sorry,
seen
Boken.
that? Have you seen enough of that to nominate it?
I watched like half of the season.
Okay. But
I don't know if I
but of
believe
season
you, but
2?
whatever. I'll take it.
Yes, I did. There was a scene where
Were
the
you playing
mage,
Hollow Knight?
Hayasaka?
Were you playing Hollow
No, I haven't
Knight?
played that. I haven't played Hollow Knight in like 2 years. I dropped that game like a bad habit.
What? That's a good game.
I'm joking. No, I wasn't playing Hollow Knight. I was probably playing like some other game. Anyways,
You're obviously
the next
lying.
I just remembered.
You're lying.
I just remembered another anime I saw this year was that fucking new Inuyasha anime, Yashahime, which was mediocre, like very mediocre.
So the next category is...
Hey, hold the fuck on. You're lying. You haven't seen it. You can't nominate it.
I have seen it. Hayasaka was running through like a surveillance security. She was running through lasers.
What?
Don't you remember, Daniel?
No.
In the first episode of Kaguya-sama.
Was she?
Yeah, in like the beginning of the episode. It was like she was a super stealthy ninja. See, the people in the comments are gonna chew you guys out. I'm the only one here who knows what he's talking about.
Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Wait, hold on.
Kaguya-sama
The song
won.
goes Daddy Daddy Do. Don't you remember, Daniel?
Daddy, that's the opening song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I know what I'm talking about.
Does Code Geass count?
Oh, we did see that this year, didn't we?
It says here
Didn't it come out
2019
last year,
for some
though?
reason.
Yeah, did it?
I have no idea.
Are you guys seriously going to nominate Code Geass and just disgrace this prestigious award?
I feel like you're just lying about Kaguya-sama.
I do.
I can't prove it.
Bogan, please, I want to move on from this. I can
Fine.
only talk so much about anime. Why would I lie?
Come on, let's go. Moving
So,
on.
The next category is a late addition. We just added it a few minutes ago, and that's the best crunch of 2020. And I have Cyberpunk 2077 and The Last of Us 2. Which one of these has the best crunch?
It's Last of Us 2.
It has to be Last of Us 2 because
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 was a very polished game when it released. Cyberpunk 2077, despite the crunch, was released as a buggy mess.
But I would
Right.
argue that Last of Us 2 had a massive staff exodus, and that it did tremendous damage internally to the studio.
Oh my god, I just remembered. Beastars came out 2020.
Yeah, it's too
Did
late.
it?
No!
We've moved on.
God damn
Shit.
it. Beastars was
would
so
have been
fucking
it.
good.
That would have been it. Fuck.
That would have been it!
You guys,
Because it's
you
not
guys
like...
thought I was gonna allow you to add that furry shit to my category. No.
Because it's not like a season 2 or a season 5 or whatever.
God, that feels so long away.
Because it came...
I'm so
the reason
happy
we
I was
forgot
able
it
to
came
get
out in
past
2020.
before you guys realized.
The reason we forgot is because it came out in March. It was like so early in
Jesus.
the year.
I actually didn't forget. I was just really hoping you guys wouldn't remember.
Yo,
That's why I was
fuck
trying
you!
to speed through it.
Beastars is great!
Yeah, well, it didn't win. It's too late.
Anyway, it's Last of Us. We know this.
Yeah, it's Last of Us.
All right, it's the last
It has
of
Not
us.
even
made
close.
the most news.
All right, then we have the next category is best character design. So we have Cyberpunk 2077. I like that weird neo cyberpunk aesthetic. We have Neo 2. Does that have good character design, Bogan?
Yes.
All right. This is the award which Sekiro won last year, so maybe another samurai game. Who knows? We have Carrion, because I really like the monster in that. And Hades. Is that good character design?
It's the best character design, and I'm gonna nominate it.
Well, I nominated it. You
Just-
can vote for it.
Just consider
I'll
how
vote for
much-
Hades as well.
Just consider how much fan art you've seen of the Hades characters. Obviously, those
that's
characters
true.
resonate.
That's true. It's Hades.
And that
Wow,
that
the moment-
animated intro for the game is also very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hades wins.
Hades wins. I should probably cut back on these more serious categories because they don't get any content. We're so quick to just give it to Hades.
I haven't even played Hades, and I'm like, yeah, it wins.
So we have Best Original Property. I have Phasmophobia, Hades, Ghost Runner ? Did you like that, Bogan?
You were on the podcast with me. You should
was
know
mixed
if I
on
liked it or not.
Boken.
I was literally editing that audio a few minutes ago and I forgot. I think you didn't, though.
No, it's like, based on where I remember, Boken was like half and half on it, where like the good stuff was
Yeah,
really
you wanted
good,
to
but
like
the bad
it.
stuff like really dragged it down. Do I have that right?
That is correct.
Okay, we have Carrion, and then we have Do Not Take Your Eyes Away from the Red Fridge. Which one of these is the best original property?
Dude, what is
Now,
what?
it's like a 10-minute game that came out of some game jam session where you're like stuck in a basement and you have to. There's a demonic fridge in the basement with you that's going to eat you, and if you look away from it, it's going to come closer to you, and you have to find a way to defeat it before it's able to kill you. It's like a 10-minute game. I recommend it. I really liked it.
I mean, that sounds really interesting, but the thing is, I've never even heard of it until right this second.
All right, so I would argue Hades is not an original property.
Then why would you
Because-
include it?
I think you're crazy.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But if that's how you felt, then you shouldn't have included it.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking of it now. Like, hey, that's technically ripping off a bunch of people's sacred religion.
That's no. Like everything comes from something else that has inspired it.
Yeah, we have to include it. I'm gonna give it to Phasmophobia, though. I like Phasmophobia probably better than Hades.
I thought you were going to go for the Red Fridge.
That's not a. Well, I like it, but that's not like a property. That's just like a fun little mustache twirler. Whereas Phasmophobia, I think that has legs. Yeah.
I can't vote for Phasmophobia. I'm giving it to Hades.
Daniel,
Who's
what are you
with me?
giving it to?
Hades.
Nice.
Might as well.
Hades is just gonna sweep.
It just seems like the best game.
Okay. How about this one, though? The award for the worst meme where kids make fun of us, their wise elders. So, the nominees are TikTok, the cake thing, I don't remember what that was, the astronaut thing, where the guy goes, it was this, and the other guy goes, always has been, the Chad v Virgin meme, Doom Animal Crossing, I thought that was a very cute meme, and did they do a Shrek this year? Which one of these is the worst meme where kids made fun of us, their wise elders?
How did any of these make fun of us?
Yeah, none of these really make fun of us for being old.
I feel like TikTok probably had some kid sing a song
Well,
about boomers.
I'm gonna amend this a little bit. I'm gonna say, what was the best meme?
Well,
Can
I'm
you
not
do
okay.
that,
You can
Asa?
amend the category, but we're not adding anything to it.
No, we don't have to add anything. Just like
I'm saying Doom Animal Crossing.
I
think
was gonna
was a
pick that
really
one
fun...
too because I saw some really funny ones. I saw one I thought was great where this little girl from Love Live wanted to buy Doom Eternal, and then Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star wanted to buy Animal Crossing. I was like, that's fucking great.
I like it when what's the little dog girl in Animal Crossing's
Isabelle.
name? Yeah, when she was dressed like Doomguy and she was buying the game, and Doomguy was buying Animal Crossing.
I also
I
saw
thought that was funny.
a video where it showed characters from Animal Crossing playing the music from Doom, and that was pretty fun. So I feel
Bogan,
like
are
the
you,
Doom Animal
is this a
Crossing meme
unanimous
was
win?
the best in general because the juxtaposition between the two properties was really fun, and it led to a lot of wholesome memes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pick that. It doesn't matter what I pick. But for the
what are you
record,
gonna pick though?
the only meme that I actually used at one point, and I don't even remember the joke anymore, was the astronaut one.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
All right. So Doom Animal Crossing has it.
Yeah, I think Doom Animal
Nintendo
Crossing wins. Like the astronaut one, there were some funny ones that came from that, but I feel like the appeal of it was a bit limited compared to the Doom Animal Crossing one, where like it could really be taken in a bunch of fun and interesting directions, and I think a lot of people got very creative with it.
But I would argue the astronaut meme has already outlived the Doom meme.
This isn't the most longevity
I don't know about
one.
that.
Well, it's the best meme. It's part of a meme.
I feel like the astronaut thing, that's kind of like, I feel like that really died quickly, though. I feel like that's like Bully McGuire or like Star Wars prequel memes, where that's funny literally once, and then people just keep doing it a million times. Oh my god, it's Tobey Maguire in Avengers Endgame as Spider-Man. Isn't that funny? It just isn't. And people need to stop doing those videos.
Okay, move on. I absolutely don't care.
So the next category is another returning category. Best sequel, prequel, reboot, remake, brand expansion, and blapity bloopity. The best pile-on of something. Corporate wants to make money, it's safer to go with a known property. So, we have Yakuza, Final Fantasy VII, Mafia Remake, Neo 2, Ori, ? Demon Souls, and Final Fantasy XIV. So which one of these is the best corporate expansion of a brand?
Corporate expansion of... That sounds so shitty.
Because it is.
And I resent that for Final Fantasy XIV, especially. Like that game has a lot of love poured into it.
You begged for it to be added to the nomination, Daniel.
Final
a few
Fantasy
minutes
14,
before we started recording.
Yo, shut up. Final Fantasy XIV has a lot of love, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured into it. Those are developers that really fucking care about that game. Don't make it seem like it's this cold corporate fucking thing. It's not.
Daniel, there's a 14.
Can have a lot of love.
There's a 14 at the end of the name.
That game is a labor of love. Don't fucking.
There's all of these games are labors of love.
A shitty, dismissive branding. Come on.
No, I knew you would get pissy at this. Probably for Yakuza 2. But the point is that these are all long-running series that the developers could have, worked on any other new IP. And of course, all of these games have people that make them that actually care, but corporate doesn't. They just want to bank on safe names and like make money with what people know. And Final Fantasy XIV is no better in that sense than Yakuza, or what I would nominate is Final Fantasy VII, which is just. I would
remember
say this?
Ori.
Let's make a remake.
I would say Ori because I feel like implicit in this nomination is how tired we are of the brand. So I think Ori should probably win. I feel
Who's tired of Ori?
Welcome more.
What?
There's literally only 2 games in the series.
Yeah, that's no.
No, I'm joking. I feel like though that the category should be. It shouldn't be which are we most tired of because I already did a category for that. So which is the best brand expansion?
Are we saying which one of these was the best for its brand, or which one of these is the best game, or is it like an ironic thing of, they really remade the brand on this one?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't even know. I'm lost.
I just asked you a question with 3 different options, and you said yes to all of them.
Well, I mean, you can take it any way you want. I'm not too fussed.
I don't know. This whole category rubs me the wrong way.
I think Resident Evil won it last year. Resident Evil 2 remake.
Because I feel like, yeah, you can make the argument that like, oh, it's corporate that doesn't care, but like I still feel like, but the people who are making these games are clearly very passionate. These are all good games. These are all games made by people who give a fuck.
Then you vote for the one you want to win. Oops. Dropped something.
Also, Final Fantasy XIV didn't even come out this year. What the fuck?
No, it had an expansion this year.
Wait, when did Shadowbringers come out? I think that was last year.
You literally, Daniel, asked me to. You asked me
well,
to
what
have
I
an
said,
expansion
what I
category
said was,
because you
what I
wanted
said was,
this, and now you're telling me it wasn't this year.
What I said was it had content come out this year, not an expansion.
Well, MMOs always have content coming out.
Yeah. Patch 5.3 and 5.4 came out this year, which did come with quests that expand the storyline and are meant to bridge into the next expansion.
I think that counts.
I don't think that counts.
What are we voting for?
Let's see. Shadowbringers came out last year.
I think I'm gonna go with Yakuza.
No.
Because why?
What's wrong with
I'm
Yakuza?
saying as nothing. This is best sequel or prequel or reboot or remake.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't want to count Neo or Ori because those are fairly standard sequels to what has already been good.
Oh, so you're saying because...
Oh yeah, Yakuza took a chance.
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Because Like a Dragon is making a big shift for the series.
Yeah.
You
I can
respect them
respect
for that.
So I'm
I
gonna
like
go
it.
with that.
Okay,
I'm voting
I see
Yakuza too.
that. Okay, I'll pick Yakuza as well then. In that sense, I see what you're saying.
Oh. All right. So the next category is it's a bit special. It's a new inclusion, and this is the long rumored Lifetime Achievement Award for excellence in the field of ragdoll physics. So I've sat on this for a while now, and I've decided I'm going to give this award to Red Dead Redemption. I think that game's ragdoll physics. Mwah.
That is not a game that came out in 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, this is the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh.
It's a Lifetime Achievement Award.
No, that's bullshit. What do you mean Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yeah, I don't... What?
This
If
is
it's
the
Lifetime,
Achievement.
then
No.
I'm giving
Yes.
it to Max Payne 2.
This is
Because
game.
that's
Well,
the
it's
first...
not your.
This is Game of the Year 2020. Awards, not Lifetime
Yeah.
Achievement Awards.
The Oscars give out Lifetime Achievement
We're
Awards.
not the Oscars.
No, but we are the equivalent of Oscars for video games. I'll say that. So, when you shoot guys in Red Dead Redemption, they always do like these over dramatic dances, like in the old cowboy movies, and I really appreciate that. So, the award goes to Red Dead Redemption. And if you guys want to take the trophy out of Dan Houser's hands, take it out of his children's mouth, then that's on you. I will not sit by and let you do it.
Daniel, can we just agree to give it to Max Payne 2? That's like the first time I actually noticed great physics and ragdolls and shit. So I've always been sitting on that game.
This
as an
isn't what
achievement
we
in
get to
shooter
vote
physics.
on.
So we can
decided
just
this
overturn Acer
beforehand.
here.
Yeah, well,
If
this
we
is
you know what?
work together.
You know what? Max Payne 2. Why not?
Hell yeah.
No, see,
It's
you
Max Payne
guys
2, everybody.
think you get a vote on this one. I decided
we do.
prematurely.
That's the rules.
No,
No,
you
it
said,
doesn't
you
count
said,
for the Lifetime
You
Achievement
said
Award.
it has to be, overwhelmingly at least two.
Well, that's
two-
only for the ones.
2-1. This is 2-1.
That's only
you lose, sir.
That's only for the ones we're voting on. We're not voting on the Lifetime Achievement Award. You guys are ruining my show.
Fuck you. It's Max Payne 2. Get over it.
Yeah.
Max Payne 2 is a great
don't
game.
vote
Dan
it,
Hauser. Dan Hauser, history will remember that I tried. When you two brought the house down, I tried to save it.
Don't you mean the Hauser down?
Ah! All right, that was a really funny joke. I'll give it to Max Payne 2. I really like Red Dead Redemption's ragdoll physics, though, but them's the break, I guess. So, the next award is for the best game we didn't hate. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 3, and Ghost Runner.
Best game.
Which one of these is the best
hate?
game we didn't hate? Yes.
I guess for me,
I think Resident
I
Evil
haven't
3.
even played RE3 or Ghost Runner. I definitely did not hate Final Fantasy VII Remake at all. So, yeah. Why not?
Bogan?
I don't know what this means, but I guess Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII has it. Oh, great. So the next category is Best Are We Still Doing This? The nominees are Gears Tactics. I don't know if Gears is like a real franchise with Steam and like creative scope. The second nominee is Avengers or Games as Service. So Avengers is representing Games as Service and will be accepting the award on its behalf if it wins. And the third nominee is Open World Time Sinks. Which wins the coveted SAE for Best Are We Still Doing This?
I mean, open world time sinks. See,
Open world
I
time
can't
sinks?
go with games as service because there are games as service that I actually like. I mean, Valorant is a game as service. It gets constant updates, and it's like it has acts and episodes every couple months, but it's a great fucking game, and I enjoy it. So I'm not over the concept itself, even though there are a lot of bad examples.
Sure.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah,
pay that
I'm going to
out.
go with Open World as well.
Open World Time Sinks. Which game should be accepting the award
Probably.
on its behalf? I feel like Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, why not?
Probably. I
Accepting
want to give
the
it to
award on
Immortal
behalf of-
Phoenix, whatever the fuck, just because I'm mad that it exists.
Oh, hey, you know what? Let's just say Ubisoft can take the award.
Ubisoft as
Oh,
an
yeah.
Accepting it on the
exception
behalf.
award.
Lifetime Achievement Award for fucking idiotic game design.
Yes. Ubisoft. Congratulations.
We have the next category. We're not doing another Lifetime Achievement Award ever because you guys screwed me. I'm a salty host. The next category is Best Game We Didn't Play. So the nominees for me are Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Black Mesa, Mortal Shell, Neo 2, Ori, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Which one of these is the best game we didn't play?
Okay, so I technically did play a little bit of Doom Eternal, so I can't pick that.
Then it doesn't count.
I can't play.
I did
I
also
can't-
Get it
play
out of
that.
here.
I can't count that. The rest of the, Black Mesa, that came out this year?
I think the complete version of it came out this year.
Okay, well, I played that, so
Doesn't count. Get it out of
I
here.
can't count that one. I did not touch Half-Life Alyx, Mortal Shell, Neo 2, Ori, or Microsoft Flight Simulator. And between
I want to give it
these
to Mortal
games-
Shell.
Between these games, I think Neo 2 is arguably the best.
See, I can't
Um,
vote for Neo 2.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Boken
Bogan
can't,
can't.
because he's beaten it.
So Neo 2 is out.
Okay.
Alex, Mortal Shell,
Couldn't-
Ori, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Couldn't you guys vote for it though?
No, we have to. the it's the best game all of us didn't play.
Well,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Boken played Ori.
I did.
So
Okay.
get it
Half-Life Alyx, Mortal Shell, or Microsoft Flight Sim?
See, I would say Microsoft Flight Sim because I've seen a lot of YouTubers and like podcasters who actually got weirdly into that. And I have not played it at all, but it sounded interesting in terms of just seeing the world from another perspective and like getting really into that.
I want to
of
pick
different
Half-Life
version.
Alyx, but I don't know.
Half-Life Alyx is Valve, so it's almost certainly really well designed, if anything.
Yes.
I want to pick Mortal Shell because I remember being very excited by it and then not picking it up because it didn't get exclusively 10 out of 10s,
Well,
which means it's terrible.
well, I didn't pick it up because the Steam version was delayed.
Ah.
I heard nothing good about that game at all.
I heard mediocre things about Mortal Shell.
Yeah.
Not that it was
Then-
particularly good or bad. It was like it's another game trying to be Souls, and it's certainly that.
Ah.
So I would not pick
All
it.
right. Half-Life Alyx or Microsoft Flight Simulator? You guys are still split.
I'm picking Half-Life Alyx. Microsoft Flight Simulator seems more interesting to talk about rather than actually play.
I mean, if we're split, you can make the vote, Asa.
I'm picking Half-Life Alyx. That's probably the game I would play out of these
Yeah.
if I had VR.
Yeah,
But
I want
don't
to
worry,
get
Bogan.
VR as well one of these days when I have the money.
Okay, so the next category is the SAE Award for the biggest disappointment of 2020. The nominees are Demon Souls remake didn't just die, it was murdered. No Elden
This shit
Ring.
again.
Not releasing.
Yeah.
not
Amnesia
anything.
Rebirth. And next gen revealing more of the same formulaic games. Which is the biggest disappointment? For me, it's Amnesia. What do you guys think?
Definitely the last one. Absolutely the last one.
For me, it's no
But
Elden
were you
Ring.
disappointed?
Like,
See, Bogan, were you disappointed or did you get exactly what you expected? Because I had high expectations of Amnesia, and I was kind of disappointed. I kind of thought I knew what I was going to get with next gen.
see, I'm most disappointed with no Elden Ring because it's been such a long drought and we've gotten like literally fucking nothing. Like not even a crumb.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking like here's some concept art. Like they've been like radio silent. So that's what I'm most disappointed by here.
I'm not. I'm kind of happy we don't see it. I like the anticipation.
I mean, I just want something. I'm not saying we need like a full fucking trailer that explains the gameplay or anything like that, but just let us know it's still alive. Just a little something to be like, hey guys, here's a little something. The game is still being made. Just to reassure us, like, oh, okay, you guys are still working on this.
Bogan, you're still on next gen.
Yeah. I think you're right. I wasn't really expecting anything else, but the realization that I'm going to have to put up with this for at least a couple more years is really weighing on me.
Well, you can always go back to
alright.
Last Exile and Valorant.
I can. I would prefer not to. I would prefer to just play good games.
Are you saying those are not good games that you're playing?
Okay, good new games.
All right. Is either one of you interested in changing your vote, or am I gonna have to change my vote?
But like Amnesia?
Yeah, like
Or
is
what
either
is-
one
what
of
is your
you
vote?
willing
'Cause
to?
I mean, I had no expectations for Amnesia Rebirth. I'm not interested in Amnesia Rebirth. I'm not gonna play
I'm
it.
I'm not allowed to even vote for it because I haven't seen a single second of gameplay.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. So, I guess next gen would get my vote then instead. It's the biggest disappointment of the year.
Okay.
Okay, so the next category is best something which shouldn't be fun but is surprisingly fun. Your farming simulator kind of game. I threw out a question to like Twitter. Does anyone have any good categories? And Greg Dev Stuff recommended this. I'm going to rephrase it as the best unexpected engagement. Okay? So the nominees are Carrion, Eating Lads and Getting Big, Hades, Having to Start Over, Phasmophobia, Collecting Ghost Evidence, Phasmophobia, Hiding in Corners from Ghost AI, and Reading Notes and Do Not Take Your Eyes Away from the Red Fridge, which you guys didn't play, so it kinda can't win. Which one of these is the best unexpected engagement?
Phasmophobia can't win either.
Damn.
I mean,
So
I have
can I
not
go with,
played any of these
with-
games, so I can't really pick anything.
Yeah.
you guys can add to this. Like, what was the best unexpected engagement?
Can I go with murdering dogs in Last of Us 2?
You can.
I
Do you
thought,
Are you gonna vote?
Boken, I thought you loved animals.
I do.
They're not animals. They're video
But
game.
That's why it's
Programs.
that's why it's so unexpected that I enjoyed it so much.
I see. Okay, sure, I'll pick the dogs as well, just because I felt really bad about killing the dogs, but at the same time, I
do
also
feel
felt
kinda
really
accomplished,
smart
right?
whenever I
Yeah.
fooled the dogs into like sniffing their ways into like an explosive. Like it made me feel weirdly like sad, but also like, yeah, fuck you. Like
That's good. Okay, so The Last of Us picks another trophy home. The next category, formerly best Chris Avallone game, but
we
he
should
didn't
let
make
Neil-
anything this year.
Hold on, we should let Neil Druckmann know that he won the best unexpected engagement SAE for letting dogs be murdered in his game.
The next category is last year we did the best Chris Avallone game, but he's been cancelled and can't make anything anymore. So this is now the best game whose name is the exact same as a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
oh god.
And there are how
So-
many entries?
There are 5.
What?
I didn't dwell too long on this. So I have Hades, Dark Ruler Hades. I have Doom Eternal, which is Doom King Ballardrock. I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. Desperados 3, Desperado Manager. Though that's an anime-only card, so I don't know if that's going to sway your opinion one way or the other. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and True King of All Calamities. Which one of these is the best game whose name is the exact same as a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
But these are not the exact same.
Well,
It's
you
more
have
like
to aggregate
close
then.
facsimile.
You have to aggregate then. Doom Eternal, Doom King Ballardrock, it kind of sounds similar.
Dark
Out of
Ruler
these, the best game is
Hades
Hades.
is like, really?
I'm
Well,
sure there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card
that-
about Hades, right?
Well, I think the Japanese name is just Hades, but like 4Kids censorship changed it to Dark Ruler Hades or something.
You think they went with the German pronunciation?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna pick Desperado Manager.
Ooh. Do you know what that card does?
No.
I think it has something to do with you can like reactivate a magic card or something by shuffling your entire hand on the top of your deck or something like that. It had some really gimmicky use. It wasn't a really good card, not competitive in any way, but it's still like a fun anime card.
I see. Well,
So
I don't know. I just felt
Yeah.
like picking that one just because I like the idea of a desperado manager, and I think I also have like the Finding Desperado podcast on the brain. So I just feel
we should have done best podcast.
excluding ourselves, of course, because obviously we would just take
of
the
course
crown.
not. Yeah, we are an award-winning podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever. What you
So-
said sounds great. Let's go with Desperados.
Yes,
I've played like 5
Desperado.
minutes of that.
Desperado wins.
All right. We're gonna have to call up Revolver and tell them they won something.
No.
Is that Revolver?
Move on.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are kind of trying to rush through the decision-making process on this category.
like-
Is there any
I
reason?
feel like we've
no.
already recorded 1 hour and 20 minutes, and we're probably at like not even half of the fucking categories.
Hey now, we have 10 categories left. We're almost done.
Oh, that's good.
It's like an hour. Come on.
Chop,
All right,
chop.
the next category is the most pleasant surprise. So you were like with your head in the toilet, just like, ugh, games suck. But then something came out and you were like, that's all right, bro.
I feel like that's
So the
Vulcan.
nominees are Crash 4, Virgil May Cry, Phasmophobia, Raft, and just survival games like Grounded and stuff, and
Wait, what?
Carrion.
Why Virgil may cry? Are you're talking about
Didn't they
DMC5
make Virgil
Special
playable?
Edition?
Yeah.
Why would you not expect that to be good?
No, I mean just that we got it in general. Like, I didn't think we were going to get anything like that. But then it was like,
Oh,
hey,
fair enough.
we're giving you Virgil. That's a pleasant surprise.
Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, that's my pick. Virgil.
All right.
Okay,
Bogan, what are you picking?
I would like to add Bugsnax to this, because I did not expect that game to be good at all. And now it's probably
And it
my
was
third favorite
surprisingly
game
decent.
of the year. It was. Like, it had I did not expect that game to have a storyline as involved and like character writing as good as it has. That was shocking to me. And I even 100%ed that game. And I think it's the second game I ever 100%ed. Ever? So that's worth something to me.
Interesting.
All right. I will vote for probably Virgil May Cry then.
What the fuck is
Because,
Virgil
you know,
May Cry?
He's just
It's
referring
Virgil being
to
playable.
the Virgil update.
And
For
you
Devil
care
May
about
Cry.
this how?
That's just like a pleasant surprise. I am the biggest. Not only am I the king of Gundam of the podcast, I am also the king of Devil May Cry of the podcast.
Are you-
So I feel like
Are you literally just trying to assimilate me or something?
What do you mean, Acer?
Oh, you're not even trying to assimilate. You're trying to trade places.
No, it was a pleasant surprise, Virgil. So he can come, whatever. Though I probably would have given it to like survival games or Phasmophobia, but the politics of award shows are what they are.
How are survival games even a pleasant surprise at this point?
I find myself pleasantly surprised by how much I continue to like them. Like Raft, you're on a raft in the middle of the ocean, and that's a survival game. And it's like, oh, that's actually interesting. Grounded, you're like a little Honey, I Shrunk the Kid kind of guy. That's interesting. It's interesting premises to take this formula into.
If you say so.
Yeah. If you say
So,
how much you continue to like them, I feel like that disqualifies them from being a surprise, but okay.
well, it doesn't matter. Virgil won anyway. So the next category is Best Indie Game. And someone on Twitter, I don't remember who, recommended that the artsier the art style is, the more of a negative score the game starts out with. So that's a penalty. We have
Hey,
fault.
He wrote this specifically to piss me off, I assume.
No, somebody on Twitter recommended it.
Interesting.
I wish I would have written the name down because I'm not lying. Somebody genuinely recommended that. But I don't remember who. We have Fall Guys. We have Phasmophobia. We have Hades, ? Is that an indie game? Carrion, Raft, and Do Not Take Your Eyes Away from the Red Fridge. I think Fall Guys is much better than all of these other No, I'm joking. Which of these is the best without the artsy art style?
Okay, hold on. What is this extra rule? I have to...
What do you mean?
I am not allowed to count the art style in my argument?
No. If it is an artsy art style, then you have to count the art style as a penalty.
Define artsy art style?
No.
I don't know what that means.
It means whatever your imagination wants it to mean, Bogan.
I mean...
Huh.
Because when I think artsy art style, I think like Grease, which I know Boken was not a fan of.
I think of that game we saw the trailer for where you're like a reindeer whose nose or antlers light up or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's an artsy art style.
Well, the best indie game this year is Hades.
Carrion. I think Carrion.
Is that an indie
I want to
game?
pick Carrion as well, just because the idea of it sounds really cool. Like you're just this fucking.
I feel like Hades
monster.
Isn't Supergiant Games. Isn't that like a AA studio at this point?
It's a self-publishing studio.
Oh,
Also, they don't have that many people working there. They just put out quality that makes you think these are like, this is a giant studio. Also, Carrion is Devolver Digital, so that doesn't count.
Oh, I thought. Oh, well, Carrion doesn't count, and Hades doesn't count then. I guess. Fine, Hades wins. You're just padding this out because you want Hades to take Game of the Year.
I don't. That's the best indie game of this year. I think that's not even arguable. And
I really.
I don't know if Hades has a artsy art style. It just has a Supergiant art style, which is great.
Yeah, that's not an artsy art style. So okay, Hades wins. Now, a returning category, a fan favorite from last year. This is, of course, the best game with a prominent car.
Oh.
Okay.
So the nominees are Phasmophobia, Doom Eternal. We, of course, know about Doom Guy's car. Tony Hawk, a skateboard, is a car by another name. Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Formula 1 2020. Which one of these is the best game with a prominent car?
Half of these aren't even cars.
What do you mean?
A motorcycle is not a car. A skateboard is not a car.
I think.
When the fuck did Doom Guy ever have a car?
He probably has a car. You don't know.
He does have a flying fortress.
I don't think he walks to the store every day. He probably gets a car. Visits the relatives.
Look, I would say I would like to add Spiritfarer to this because the car is actually the whole game. And it's also a boat, but I think that counts.
I've not seen anything from it, so I can't vote for it.
Well, that sucks. Like, Spiritfarer is actually you're on a boat and you're building crops and, like, everything you do.
Wait, a boat is not a car, Bogan.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh. But a bicycle is a car, right?
No? Who said the bicycle is a car? Nobody said
Fuck
that.
you. You said a skateboard is a car.
Well, that's totally different. That's a car by another name.
Well, then
Look,
it's Final Fantasy VII, right? That has a prominent motorcycle.
I want to argue Phasmophobia, genuinely, it integrates the car into the game really well, because like the monitors are all in the car, and one player in the team is in the car looking at the monitor trying to see ghost activity, and he's like on a radio trying to warn the other people, and if the ghost activity goes too much up, then it blocks the signals. I'm gonna give it to Phasmophobia. And if you guys, I know you guys don't want to vote for it, but I'm not, either you guys have to vote for the same one if you want to move on from this category. I'm digging my heels into Phasmophobia.
Asa, I'm legally not allowed to vote for it. So I have to give it to Final Fantasy VII.
Well, that's not even a car, though, Bogan. I mean,
that's
come
a
on.
motorcycle.
That's not a car.
The motorcycle is actually pretty prominent in that game.
Well, Daniel, what are you voting for?
I'm gonna pick the motorcycle because it's cool.
That's not a car.
Then
That's
you
not
shouldn't
a car.
have put it there.
Fine.
I can't vote for Phasmophobia. Like, I follow your argument. I just can't vote for it.
You shouldn't have.
It's all
you shouldn't have
political.
Put it in there
These
if you didn't
award
want people
shows.
to vote for it. It's too late.
Fine. Can we compromise on Doom Guy's car
He
instead?
doesn't have a car.
He has a car.
Since when?
I imagine he has a car.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
He does not have a car.
He
has a giant fucking flying fortress that can teleport him anywhere.
Yeah, it could probably teleport him into his car.
I'm looking it up now. There is no car. It doesn't exist. There's nothing. You lose, sir. Good day to you.
Damn. Fine. Final Fantasy VII wins. I'm the only one here who is picking a fight for the little independent studios, apparently.
Yeah. All of us are corporate shills, except Asa.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say. The next category is Best Non-Corporate Shill. Oh, and it's just me who's nominated.
Hey, Acer, remember that one time where we were arguing about Call of Duty versus Life is Strange?
What? No? When did we do that?
We were saying that which one deserves to exist more? Life is Strange or Call of Duty? And you and I were like, no, Call of Duty because Life is Strange sucks. But Boken was like, no, it's got to be Life is Strange because it's the small indie studio that's trying. And we're like, fuck that. It sucks.
Yeah, but see, I would say, well, Life is Strange is a Ubisoft game, so that's not a small studio.
No, it's
but
not.
Also, that's
a Square Enix game, isn't it?
It's Square Enix.
That's a Square Enix game. It's Square Enix, not Ubisoft, sorry. But that's also an artsy art style. So that's an immediate penalty. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them, guys.
You say so.
Okay, so the next category is for the most annoying whining people do. The nominees are Ma difficulty options, Ma imagine if Bluepoint remade this, Ma award shows are rigged, and Ma no real gamer. Which is the most annoying whining?
I don't know. They're all bad.
They're all really bad.
I think Ma no real gamer is the worst one.
I'm going to defend.
I think anyone who uses the word gamer unironically should go straight to jail. Do not collect at Go.
All right.
I think I would go with the Game Awards. I mean,
the award shows are rigged?
Yeah. Like I legitimately think people shouldn't care. And I do not care.
Yeah.
I was surprised by how much I did not care this year.
But like, complaining about the award show is like a temporary thing. People pointing at each other about, are you a real hashtag gamer though? That's just ever present.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I agree with Daniel. No real gamer, that's probably the most annoying whining, because the award show, that'll be gone next week. But then it's gonna resurface after we launch this episode, and everyone will accuse us of having rigged this.
Yes.
But then it'll disappear again.
Sure. I can see that. I think I agree.
So the next category, I'm gonna cut the next category because it's just the most overrated game, and I just had The Last of Us 2 there, but we kind of had a long talk. We had a long talk about like what exactly it is to be overrated, and I feel like it's kind of in bad taste to give that award out again.
I agree.
So I think I'll cut it. Yeah. Also,
Plus,
because
we've talked enough
if
about Last of Us 2.
Yeah, and also if you like The Last of Us 2, like
it's totally Last of Us 2.
Yeah, but well, it's a long conversation, which I don't feel like is fun to have right now. So
I think we all agree it's Last of Us 2. That's not even a long conversation.
Okay, fine, but I'll give it to that with caveats. But I'd rather just remove the category. We're rigging it to make The Last of Us 2 look good, everyone. So instead, we're gonna do the category is Best Video Game Essay Video You Saw This Year. This is a returning category. I have a one nomination. That's my eco video.
Sorry, I haven't seen it. Ha!
Well, no, but you know what eco is, so it counts.
No.
So
I mean, I saw your eco video. I liked it.
Well, that means I probably win this award because it's 2-1.
You really gotta fucking
next...
do that? Give yourself a fucking award.
Weren't you just talking like a second ago about like, I'm not going to do the overrated category because that would be in poor taste, and yet you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't follow your argument. The next category, you guys can actually pick up some.
Just moving right along.
Well, I want to move along because you guys actually can pick up some awards in this next category.
Are you saying we can't get any in this one?
Well, I feel like we've already moved on. But the
so
best
you're
sidekick...
saying that my video on the beginner's guide doesn't deserve to be here?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it wasn't nominated. So it's kind of...
Wow.
It's moot point.
Wow.
So the next category is best sidekick.
Fucking shame.
Returning for his second year in a row, we have Daniel. You didn't win last year, but maybe this is your chance. We have Boken.
Wait, what is the category?
Aku, best sidekick.
Oh.
What? I refuse to entertain this one.
Well, we have Aku and the new masks in Crash Bandicoot. This really wasn't a good year for sidekicks. But, if you guys want to get some awards too, maybe this is the opportunity.
I'm going to say this was not a good year for sidekicks. Whose sidekick exactly would I be, exactly?
Mine.
I am not your sidekick.
Did you even have... Why did you even ask?
Because I wanted to hear it from his fucking mouth. I knew that's what he was going to say, but I wanted to hear it from his fucking mouth.
I have such a recollection of having this exact same conversation last year.
This was not a good year for sidekicks. I am no one's sidekick.
I love both of you. But I can't wholeheartedly vote for you because this really wasn't a good year for sidekick. So I have to vote for that. Maybe you guys will have an opportunity next year.
So wait, what about? So wait, Boken was not considered a sidekick at all last year?
No, he wasn't a sidekick last year.
So what changed?
So it was an
He
extra
became your
last year,
sidekick.
or like I wasn't the protagonist, right? I don't remember.
I don't think
getting
Boken
any
was
protagonist
nominated last
trophies.
year. No, I don't think you were nominated for anything.
Okay.
I think I originally just created the Best Sidekick award because I thought it'd be funny to give myself... I tried winning on the Best Video Essay award last year, but I didn't. I think Matthew Matoses won. Or like
No.
Joseph Anderson or someone. I'm very happy I won this year.
Last year, I suggested Rasputin for gaming for a non-gamer.
Ah, that's right. He won. So I'm in good company.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much the same level of quality on this one.
Look, some people accuse me of rigging it. I just know I won. I'm not gonna argue. So the next category, we have like three or so categories left.
Who's the best sidekick?
No, we picked. It
wasn't
was
a good year for
sidekicks.
That's an award winner?
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I'm gonna say the best sidekick this year was Barrett from Final Fantasy 7.
Oh man.
He was a good sidekick.
Oh man,
You're
not even wrong. Fuck. Barrett is so good.
Unanimous. It's unanimous. Barrett is the best sidekick of 2020.
Barrett is so good. You're not even wrong. Because the thing is, Barrett is so good. He could have been like a main character in like a different story because he's that good.
That should have just been a Barrett game. What is this Cloud character doing here?
God,
I love Barrett.
White Rice
He's like
Hero.
so good.
He's like a crazy psychopath.
Who's somehow
But I love him.
extremely likable and lovable.
No, so he makes the worst decisions ever, but he's still the leader, which is funny.
I like how crazy macho he is, but it's almost like he has bipolar disorder. Like how his mood swings just go up and down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's because he's like pretending to be a leader and he's clearly not actually fit to be one. He just has charisma and he knows this to an extent, and that's why there's scenes of him that's like conflicted about what he's doing, and you could tell in his body language that, you know, he's putting on a front. That's what makes him an interesting and nuanced character.
Maybe. I would also say it's possible he's just like they didn't have the best writing staff of all time working on that game.
No, shut up.
So there are some inconsistencies.
No.
I liked when he said we need to get to the facility and not be seen. So let's take the train with my crazy gun arm. I'm gonna just sit down here in the public transportation with my crazy gun arm.
Yeah, didn't he try to kill some passenger in the train who was like...
Yeah, he was
"I don't
immediately like, we're gonna go there, we're not gonna, no one's gonna see us. And then he immediately started looking for a fight while they were on the train.
Yeah, with the Shinra middle manager who had like the worst dialogue in the whole fucking game. His dialogue was so fucking bad.
Man, I can't wait until 2025 when we get episode 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Or whenever that is. The next category is Best Villain. And I put an actual thought into this one.
Oh,
so
what a surprise.
Hey now. I have feelings, Daniel.
This is by your own admission, though.
Also, I just put both of you in the sidekick category, and now I'm proclaiming hurt feelings, so I don't know if that's a fair thing for me, but here we are. The nominees are the Ghosts in Phasmophobia, Nintendo, but that was before I had the full context of that, so I'm removing them.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil? Question mark. Is he a villain in the expansion?
He is he's a villain in the main story.
But that didn't come out in 2020.
Is he a good guy in the expansion? Is he a bad guy?
The expansion is not really a story, I don't think. It's just going through the levels again with Virgil.
Okay. Well, then we have Neo Cortex from Crash 4. We have the Society from Final Fantasy VII. And everybody's favorite, Richard Nixon. Which one of these is the best villain of 2020?
What about Hades?
Oh yeah, Hades.
I don't
You can
even
add
know what the
Hades.
villain in Hades is.
It's Hades.
Hades.
I thought you played as Hades.
No, you're Zagreus.
No.
Hades is the lord of the underworld, and he's trying to stop you.
Oh, okay.
You're his
he's your
shonen
father.
son.
Yeah. And there's a good reason why he's trying to stop you, which I can't spoil because you haven't played it. And that's still what makes him the best villain.
I see.
Hmm.
No, I'm picking Society.
I was gonna pick Neo Cortex. I like Lex Lang a lot.
Well, I haven't played Crash 4.
But you've seen the trailer.
I have. But I don't really feel one way or the other about Cortex as a character. Sorry?
But like the villains in Final Fantasy VII are so bland, just so stupidly evil.
But we're not talking
can't,
about specific characters, we're talking about society as a whole.
What the fuck is society?
Daniel is a gamer, so society is a villain in his eyes.
Shut up.
I feel like you're kind of inflating Final Fantasy VII Remake with knowledge you have of the original game.
That's
because
yeah, you're not wrong.
I did not get any sense of like deep motivations from that remake.
Hmm.
I mean, you're wrong, but you don't know any better. I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. That's not really condescending.
Like, make your fucking argument. You can't overrate the remake for things you know from the original.
Yeah,
Doesn't count.
especially since the remake has changed a lot of stuff. So, like, it doesn't really make sense to use what I know from the original.
So I guess Neo Cortex has it then.
No.
Oh.
I thought I'd sneak
No,
past
yeah,
you.
I'm going to pick Neo Cortex as well because I at least know
Yes!
who Neo Cortex is. I didn't even know that Hades was the villain.
Yes! You hear that, Activision? I did it for you. I was a corporate shill after all.
Sad.
Sorry.
Well,
Maybe I'll change my mind when I play the game.
I am pretty sure
Yes.
you will.
We'll see.
He's fucking up against the Crash Bandicoot villain.
Yeah, I'm sure Cortex is way better.
yeah, and he lost. He lost in a humiliating display.
I mean, Cortex is at least funny, so give him that.
Yeah. He wore a wig in Crash to Insanity from 2004.
Anyways, next category.
Next category is Best Hero. So, the nominees are the cat ring symbol from the original Demon's Souls, Kurt Russell in the new Santa movie he's in,
Jesus.
Virgil, Crash, Zacharias, Tom Nook from Animal Crossing, and of course, Richard Nixon. So, which one of
What the
these is
fuck
the
is up
best
with you and
hero
Richard
of
Nixon?
2020? I just feel like maybe there was another side to the story, you know?
Like, isn't I might be disqualifying myself here, but isn't Nixon actually in Call of Duty Cold War?
No, Reagan is. Nixon isn't.
Oh, it's
I checked
Reagan,
before
right.
I added him.
Fuck.
Okay, so we can't count. As funny as it is, we can't count the original ring symbol from Demon Souls because that wasn't in the remake.
Oh, you know what? That's right. We can't count it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Kurt Russell.
What did Kurt Russell do?
He was in some stupid, shitty Santa Claus movie.
That's
but I
not a
love
video
Kurt
game.
Russell, so I'm gonna pick him.
It doesn't sound like a video game to me, Daniel.
I don't care. It's Kurt Russell. You shut your mouth.
Kurt Russell is pretty good. I think Tom Nook, he's kind of a hero in his own way. A landlord can be a hero.
If you're a capitalist chill, he's a hero, yeah.
I mean, in Tom Nook's defense...
It's like Richard Nixon. I'm like,
Tom Nook's
maybe
defense,
there's another side to the story.
No interest. And you pay whenever you want. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, people gave him a bit of a redemption arc on Twitter, I remember. He's been shat on for years, and he had a bit of a redemption arc. People were like, you know what? He's actually not that bad considering some of the real-life landlords.
Like, you don't have to pay on time, like, and he doesn't charge interest. That's pretty great. You can't really take that from him.
He does trick you into going onto the actual island, though. And then he traps you there because you're on a stupid fucking island where you don't have anything else to do but make money for him.
Is that really the truth?
It is.
He tricks you?
It comes off as that, yeah. Like you travel to the island in the beginning, and then you make your first moves, and then he's like, oh, by the way, the package that got you to the island, that has a cost of so and so much, and that is your first debt, and then you're trapped in the cycle.
Is that in the new game?
That is the new game, yeah.
I see.
It's not clear if your character knew about that, but it's, you as a player don't get the choice.
Well, obviously you don't get a choice because then there'd be no game.
Exactly.
So I'm picking Kurt Russell. Fuck you! I don't care. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is good, but
Kurt
I
Russell
can't
is
vote.
good. You can't go wrong voting for him.
Can I vote for him because I haven't even seen the movie?
I'm not gonna watch. I refuse to watch the movie because it's a fucking stupid Santa Claus movie. But it's Kurt Russell. That's it.
Okay, I do know Kurt Russell,
and he's awesome.
He is pretty.
Would you
awesome.
say Kurt Russell? Would you guys say Kurt Russell is more awesome than Richard Nixon?
Yes.
Would you say Kurt Russell is cooler than Richard Nixon?
Yeah.
Would you say Kurt Russell is more hip with the kids than Richard Nixon?
I would say so, yes.
All right, then I think Kurt Russell has it.
Okay.
In probably the biggest Essays in Espresso Essay Award upset in recent memory, Kurt Russell takes it. So...
snatches it away from Tom Nook and Richard Nixon.
Well, we'll see. Well, okay. So the next category is Best Babe, because I'm trying to widen our demographic to like dude bros.
Dude bros.
Yeah. So,
okay. Okay.
but I'm still going to be inclusive here, so don't worry. We have The Maiden in Black with 4K 30 feet. We have Eris. We have Eris, not Tifa. Haters are gonna get mad, but this is what it is.
I'm
adding
Tifa to this.
Well, you have to. we have Link Because we have friends in the LGBTQ community, and we want to represent them. So Link in Hyrule Warriors, he's pretty babing, And we also have, for the third time tonight, Richard Nixon. So who's the best babe?
You must have written all these categories, like the last 3 ones, on the same day, where you had Richard Nixon on the mind.
I wrote them reason. Like 20 minutes before we started recording. I was like, hey, Richard Nixon.
So
this has not been his night so far,
I like Aeris and Tifa roughly the same. I like them both a lot. I think they're both really good characters. And I think they're both very cute.
All right. I'm going to say Tifa is disqualified
for different reasons. So
I think Tifa, she did not go through the proper process of nomination, so she's disqualified.
I think she did. Can we? I'm going to nominate Aeris and Tifa at the same time.
No, that's babes. Yeah. That's the next category. Best babes.
Oh shit!
just an absolute shill show.
Well, if you're gonna allow me a bit of semantics, as a babe, I think Tifa wins over Aeris because I don't think of Aeris as a babe.
She's a babe.
Aeris is very cute. Someone I want to hold hands with. But Tifa's more like a wow, what a babe. If you get the distinction.
True, she, much like Link, is a very sort of sporty, outgoing character, so that probably is more of a babe qualifier.
Yes.
The Maiden in Black, is she a babe, or is she just like a weird demon who channels your souls for levels?
Yeah, I mean, the Maiden in Black does not really scream babe.
Okay,
and Richard Nixon.
Since we've added Link to this, can I add Urbosa? She was also in Calamity Trigger, I think.
Urbosa is definitely a babe, but more than Tifa,
Who's that?
I don't think so.
Who's Urbosa?
Tifa has more widespread appeal, I guess.
Is Urbosa the Gerudo woman or the fish woman?
Gerudo woman.
The fish one is
she's
Mifa.
Not a babe. She's not a babe. She's like a gigantic Amazonian.
And you don't think gigantic Amazonians aren't babes?
No, they're not babes.
I don't know about that.
If she's a babe, then Richard Nixon is a babe.
No, Link and Nixon are hunks.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
This is probably the first time that Richard Nixon has ever been called a hunk.
I think there's a lot of. I think probably you could find corners of the internet with a lot of love for Richard Nixon.
I think in the interest of fairness, you should remove Link and Nixon, and then add
Nixon is not going to be happy,
and create
He's not gonna be
the
happy.
best hunk category.
Oh boy!
Yes,
but
you know what? It's late, but I'll do it.
Oh, don't get me started on hunks, man.
Yeah.
You know
and
how
you gotta
many
make sure to
hunks?
put Hunk from Resident Evil.
You know how many hunks there are in Hades? That game is nothing but hunks.
But are they more hunk than hunk?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Like fucking... I'm gonna post a picture of Dionysus.
Anyways, my vote is for Tifa for Best Babe.
I'm still gonna go with Aeris. I think she's a better babe.
I love Aeris.
Definitely
Aeris
Tifa.
is super cute, but I think as a babe, Tifa represents the idea of being a babe more strongly.
Technicality. That's a very lawyer thing of you to do, Daniel.
You know, I did originally want to study as a lawyer.
Look at the fucking hunk factor of this guy. If we're having
I
a
mean,
hunk
I don't know.
category,
I don't know who that dude is, but like,
That's Dionysus, and he's not a hunk. He's a disgusting hedonist, and we're not nominating him. Oh no! Damn it! Who's that? Who's that harpy girl from Hades? Like the first boss girl.
you want a feathered freak?
she is not a babe.
She's
like
a babe.
She's a fucking
no.
dominatrix.
Oh no.
If
That's a
Urbosa doesn't
babe.
count. No? You fucking weirdo.
Oh my.
Like a muscular Amazon
Uh.
doesn't count, but some weird raspy voiced harpy girl that wants to fucking kill you, I guess that's a babe, okay.
Yeah, wow.
What's wrong? Wait, what's wrong with raspy voiced women?
That's not a babe. That's not what babes sound like. You can like that. I don't mind, but that's not a babe.
You might be right.
So it's Tifa. 2-on-1.
Tifa wins for sure.
Let the record show. Let the record show. I fought until the very end. But I also gave up because I didn't think this was worth the time that has gone into it.
Do we have a best VTuber as well here?
Well, I already nominated Belle Delphine earlier in Best
No.
Anime, and you guys said no.
No, I don't. She doesn't count.
Okay, we don't have Best VTuber. I'm sorry. Next year, maybe. If you feel like we can add more categories that we already have.
I mean, we need to add. We need to argue about Mori, Calliope, and Kiara, and all these fucking girls.
I know none of them. There's a shark girl, isn't there?
Yeah, that's Gura.
That's good. My friend Loki, who did the Demon Souls translation, and he sent me a video of her, and I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Yeah, and her fans are called shrimps." And I was like, "What?"
What?
And he explained like, "Well, apparently somebody asked her on chat, 'Hey, do you know what simps are?' And she was like, 'No, my fans are. Do you mean shrimps?' And they call themselves shrimps."
That's kind of cute.
That is kind of cute, but it's also kind of pathetic.
Yes. I'm more of a fan of Mori Calliope because she's a Grim Reaper that raps, and she calls her fans deadbeats.
Well, now I understand why you liked the dominatrix from Hades.
I've never even seen that character.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
it was
he
you.
he tried backing her. You backed her. Don't deny. So the next category is best hunk. I just created this while I was padding for the last few minutes. The nominees are Doom Guy, Link, Richard Nixon, Zacharias, Kurt Russell, and Barrett. I'm also putting the caveat
shit.
one character per game.
I'm gonna go with Barrett.
Because
You have to delete Zacharias and add Dionysus. What the fuck is this? Zacharias is not a hunk.
he's not a hunk. He's a disgusting degenerate.
Zacharias is a twink.
I'm
Oh,
going
what?
going for Barrett.
That's
I'm going
true.
for Barrett.
Dionysus he's a more powerful presence than
Sexually.
Zacharias. Zacharias is definitely he's not a hunk. So I think Kurt Russell, it being a real human being and being more of a hunk than Richard Nixon, like most people are, I think he's easily the best hunk here.
The problem is we're thinking of Escape from New York Kurt Russell, which was like
I'm thinking Santa Kurt Russell.
no.
Is he still a hunk to this day?
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell? Did you see Bone Tomahawk? He's like a fucking god. He's a hunk. He can
No.
If you ask your girlfriends, is Kurt Russell a hunk? They'll tell you.
No,
much
they
like
won't.
Harrison Ford. Much like Harrison Ford,
maybe
he may
30
be
years
80
ago.
million years old, but he can still get it. Kurt Russell can definitely still get
Kurt
it.
Russell is 69 years old.
So? Sean Connery was like 70 years old when he was voted sexiest man of the century.
I don't know.
Jack Nicholson is still pulling in the babes, and he's a million years old.
No. I don't buy this.
You don't have to vote for Kurt Russell. But
I love
will
Kurt
not
Russell.
hear you
Dude's
call
awesome,
him.
but
The dude is a hunk. He's a hunk
he
to this.
was
a hunk
like
to this day.
30 years ago.
Well, I feel like the women of that generation would still look at him and be like, "Yeah, he's a hunk." They're not looking at like a 20-year-old Justin Bieber as a hunk. Fuck no. Grandmas need love too, and they have their hunks, and it's important that we represent those hunks here as well.
I'm voting for Barrett. Barrett wins.
I don't think Barrett, he's a hunk, but he has a weird fucking...
We're not giving it to
machine.
Cloud. If we're not nominating
Cloud
Zachary,
is
we're
not
not
a hunk.
nominating Cloud.
Cloud
He
is
has a weird
absolutely not a
machine
hunk.
gun arm, I was gonna say. You think...
Could you imagine the stuff that could do to you?
Yeah, none of it is good.
Well, he can take it off and attach something more appropriate. I'll leave that to your imagination.
No, I don't know, man.
You practically left nothing to the imagination. You know what? Because we're not including Cloud, I am also disqualifying Link, and I am
Link is not a
replacing
hunk.
him. I am replacing him with Ganondorf.
Oh.
Ambitious.
I mean,
what about Doom Guy? He's
I don't
kind of a hunk, isn't he?
Who?
No. Well, he is, but
Doom
Doom
Guy?
Guy is not a enticing character.
Yeah, I was gonna say Doom Guy is a cardboard box.
Yeah, he's a hunk, kind of like Duke Nukem is a hunk.
Even Duke
No.
Nukem has more character than Doom Guy, though.
See, I was gonna say Duke Nukem is such an unappealing piece of garbage that he's probably not even a hunk. He's like most toxic human being.
Yeah,
But that's probably just because of Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, I think you're thinking more the Forever iteration. Like, because I
Yeah.
don't think Duke
I
Nukem isn't really meant to be taken seriously.
No, I think Duke Nukem is really weird. I think he is totally redeemable as a character if he was given like the Wolfenstein or Doom outing, where they like, let's take this silly character and put him into a real world context and make that the joke. Rather than just, quoting action movie lines. Anyways.
I think Duke would be better served if Duke still thought that he was the shit and everyone
Yeah.
around him was just dealing with his bullshit.
Fuck.
And they're just like,
Fuck is this guy?
that's him again.
Yeah, like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, like
Anyways.
Johnny Bravo. That's actually I totally forgot about that cartoon. If they wrote the next Duke Nukem game like they wrote Johnny Bravo, that would be pretty amazing, actually. I would like that.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, we're back onto the categories here. Who is the biggest hunk? Who's the best hunk?
I'm still voting for Barrett. I like him the most out of all of these characters.
Bogan, whom are you pulling for?
I'm still on Dionysus. Because just look at him.
He's
that's
definitely
not a hunk,
he's
though.
definitely a more sexually charged character based on this design. I
Yeah.
can't
And
deny
he
that.
knows how to party.
But
That's
But
the
that's
thing is,
that's not a hunk.
Barrett is more wholesome. Barrett is a more like he feels like the kind of person that feels like a family.
Kurt
man.
Russell is literally Santa Claus, Daniel. You don't get more wholesome than that.
Okay, fuck off.
You don't get more wholesome than that, and
Fuck
you
off
don't
with
get
Kurt
more
Russell,
wholesome.
please. 69-year-old
I
man.
feel like
leave him
the
alone.
center role is not really accentuating his hunkness.
What about Richard Nixon? He's very wholesome.
I'm not gonna entertain that.
You know what? What about Ganondorf? He's the biggest bad boy. He has way more ambition than anyone else here.
We haven't seen Ganondorf in a hunk form in a long while.
I don't think
pig?
so.
Is he a pig shadow in Age of Calamity? Well, I guess we're at an impasse then. And when we're at an impasse, I should have noted this rule earlier, but I just thought of it.
Oh no.
An impasse means Acer gets to choose, and I'm choosing Richard Nixon.
Oh, shut up.
I would vote for Barrett before you give it to Richard Nixon.
I was gonna say I'll vote for Barrett. I think he can take it.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. It's he definitely has a hunk factor.
He does.
Yeah. So the next category is not really a category. It's more just an in memoriam to what we lost this year. And I am, of course, talking about the cat ring symbol from the original Demon's Souls.
You know, the image
of
of the cat is still technically in the remake, but it's like a little Easter egg.
Oh yeah, isn't it like a trophy? Yeah, that's still we lost it. We're poorer for it. I'd like us all to take a minute to express our sorrows, and you can pause the podcast while you do that. We're not leaving a minute of dead air here. The next
Are there
category
no other entries?
That was not a real
I just
category, Boken.
I see.
Well, I just came up with it 2 minutes ago because I wanted to reuse the cat ring symbol.
Moving on.
But like, if you lost something, did you lose your hope in humanity, Boken? You can add that if you want.
No.
I lost my keys one day. I can add. Well, I found them again. So
I'm actually fine with the cat ring symbol because I like cats.
You know what? I'm adding to the memoriam Ares's nomination in Best Babe. We're poorer for having lost that nomination. But it is what it is. Plus all the people who died from COVID-19, but that's a completely different thing. That's outside of the purview of this podcast. The next category, a returning favorite,
How
the
many
best
are there
game
left?
where you 2.
Okay.
The best game where you push the stick forwards and the movie plays / the PlayStation Award / the most afraid of innovation award / The Last of Us 2. The next category, a real category, is the coveted Game of the Year award.
Oh no.
So, oh yes. So which game has won the most categories so far? I asked you last year, and neither one of you counted. I hope one of you did this time.
I think
pretty
Hades
sure
won the most.
Hades says one.
See, I originally was going to include The Last of Us 2 in a lot more of these categories and like give it a bunch of, pissing on it awards so that it would actually be able to squeak out Game of the Year through that technicality of it technically won most categories.
That did not.
And then we could
out.
be. No, but that's because I cut some of the dumb shitting on it categories because it wasn't as funny. But I thought it would be really funny if I would have been able to cheat The Last of Us into getting even our award. But I think we should do it for real. So Hades wins, but let's talk about it anyways. We have Hades, Crash 4, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Carrion, Cyberpunk, Neo 2, last year's runner-up, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution.
See, I would throw in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, even
Hell
if...
no.
Yeah, like...
Well, he's allowed to nominate it.
Like, even though I had my issues with it, I still enjoyed it overall. Like, and I found
Did
it.
you enjoy
like,
it more than you enjoyed
like you
Resident
can
Evil 2
shit on it's like,
remake
oh,
last
it's
year?
just a fucking remake, rehab, blah blah. But I feel like as a remake, it at least tried to do interesting things, even if it didn't pan out. And that's why it's probably my game of the year for that reason. Like, even if I wasn't like totally happy with it, and it was kind of a mess in certain regards, I at least respected that they didn't just give us a straight remake. They tried to twist and contort it and do different things with it. And now I have no idea what they're going to do with part 2. And I kind of like that. Like, I have no idea what they're going to do with the future of Final Fantasy VII. And even if it turns out badly, I can at least go like, hey, well, it's not what I expected. And that's cool. That's interesting.
Is that your vote then? Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes.
Boken, you're voting Hades?
I am voting Hades. Final Fantasy VII had way too many issues. I didn't even come out of it hating it. I have it in my liked category still. Like, I made a little list of all the games I played. I didn't hate it. I found it weirdly absorbing sometimes, but that last 2 hours were fucking awful. The whole story, the whole story at the end was fucking awful. The combat system was not good. Hell no. That's not game of the year at all.
I disagree, but that's fine.
I think we're all overlooking Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Let's talk about that for a moment.
I can unfortunately
I
not
didn't even know
vote
that
for
came out this year.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were still
sorry.
making Yu-Gi-Oh!
See,
games.
I would give it to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! is such a class franchise, but I have not
understand.
seen any gameplay of that whatsoever. So
I wouldn't ask you to lie about the official voting. I wouldn't ask you to lie, but I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
We all agree that Yu-Gi-Oh! Would win if we had any idea what that game looked like.
Yeah. You should make me watch a trailer next time, then I could vote for it. I just forgot.
Oh yeah, I probably should.
It's too late now.
Yeah. It's well, we could watch it now. Just like while we're voting, I guess.
I don't think that counts. I think that would besmudge the integrity of this whole process.
That's That's it would be me imbuing my bias on you. How about last year's runner-up, Resident Evil 2 Remake?
Why is this in there?
I don't know. It's funny. It's funny, Bogan. It's funny. Come on, man.
Look, man, it's fucking Hades. You know this. You have played Hades. You like it. I have played Hades.
Like Hades.
I love it. And I am convinced that if Daniel ever checks it out, I don't know how much he's into Supergiant games, but they're fucking phenomenal and unique. And they're the best developer studio out there right now. And it's clearly because you guys don't care about Neo 2 to the degree I do. So it's Hades by default.
What about
Look, clearly
I think Crash 4 was pretty
Calliope
good.
is actually the game of the year because she's the big titty goth GF we all wanted and never got.
We're trying to keep it professional, Daniel. We already talked about Best Babe. What about Carrion? Carry on my wayward son. You gotta give it at least a half a vote for that.
I never played it, so...
I have not
but
heard
you've
good
heard-
things about that game.
You've heard the song from Supernatural. That's Carry On My Wayward Son. That's Carrion, kind of.
What?
Supernatural?
That counts.
What?
Isn't that
Really?
Journey?
You're gonna bring
Yeah.
up... I didn't even know that show had that song. Let alone
Isn't
you
that the opening
insinuate
song?
that's where we knew it from.
I don't know, but like it has the guy says "Carry on, my wayward son," and the game's name is Carrion, Carry on. It's sort of the same thing, so it probably counts.
I'm sticking with FF7.
FF7, Spoken?
I
sticking with
have heard
Hades?
nothing good about Carrion.
I
I've
liked
heard good
Carrion.
things. No, I've actually heard very good things about it.
Okay.
That sounds like a vote for Carrion to me.
No,
Daniel.
it's not.
Oh.
I'm not gonna choose a game I didn't even play.
Oh.
Look, all I'm saying is we have probably all been influenced by Hades at some point just through being on Twitter and like cultural osmosis. That game has had an impact.
I refuse to vote for something I did not play.
It's true. He can't vote
Fine.
for it.
Asa, you have played it, and I know you liked it.
I have played it, but I also played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and
Yeah,
I
but
think it would be funny if I voted for it instead.
Come on, this is like the only category that actually counts. You gonna just fuck me over?
I think he would. For the bit. Commit to the bit.
But my integrity, Daniel.
Commit to
My
the
integrity.
Like, I feel like this should actually count for something, so you shouldn't just fuck me over. Plus, it has actually won the most categories, so it should get a nudge there. Everything points Hades.
No, Final Fantasy VII Remake is objectively the better game, regardless of your feelings, because facts and logic don't care about your feelings.
Did Final Fantasy VII
90
win
minutes
both hunk and
complaining
babe?
about Final Fantasy VII on our very podcast.
Facts
Did
and
fuck
logic
Final
don't care
Fantasy
about
VII?
your feelings, Boken. You're just being emotional.
That is true. Ben Shapiro has a point, Bogan.
Ben Shapiro has never had a point in anything ever.
I feel like, did Final Fantasy VII win Best Hunk and Best Babe?
I think it did.
Barrett and Tifa. That's pretty hard to argue against, Bogan.
It also won Best Soundtrack in the Game Awards.
Well, we don't care about music on this podcast. You'll note that I explicitly did not have a music category. Because I don't want to give you two an answer.
I would actually give Best Soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII.
Didn't Final Fantasy VII Remake's Motorcycle also win?
It did.
Oh yeah, it did.
It
You
did.
know what? Daniel is swaying me, Boken. Come on, you gotta give me something.
What the fuck? Hades won Best Indie Game, Best Art Style or something. It won so much.
Final Fantasy VII also won Best Game We Didn't Hate.
That is true. We didn't. No, wait a minute. That didn't win that.
Yeah, it did.
Didn't Resident Evil 3? Yeah, it did. I voted for Resident Evil 3 though.
No, it was FF7.
Bogan, I'm being tempted. I'm tempted.
What do you mean tempted? Count the fucking votes.
I don't know, Bogan. I feel like some of these votes matter more than others.
Uh-huh.
I think we
These
all
bullshit
know that
categories I
Best
added last
Hunk
minute.
actually, counts for like 3.
Look,
how
Asa,
can I
Asa.
possibly vote for a game unless the babes in it are good? I mean, come on.
Asa, Hades won the best game whose name is the exact same as a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think you know that is the most important category.
No, Desperado Manager won that.
Yeah, Desperado
Desperados
Manager
3.
won that one.
Shit.
See, you could have swayed things.
Here's another important thing to remember. In dumbest gaming related decision of 2020, Final Fantasy VII wasn't even a part of that.
No, that's true. I mean, Hades wasn't either, but
Yeah.
But you could kind of, smudge it a bit and be like, yeah, well, But Hades, though, really.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think the votes have spoken. I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Hades won
gets
best
the vote.
original property, best character design.
See,
Yeah, but Final
But
Fantasy
does
VII
that really
wasn't
matter?
nominated.
Yes.
it didn't even, it It didn't even win Best Babe.
I mean,
That's
it
what
didn't
really
win
matters.
Best Babe, Bogan.
Look, you motherfucker. You guys were about to give Best Babe to a Hades character. And now you're turning this against me?
Yep. Yep.
Final Fantasy VII gets the SAE award, Best Game of the Year.
So sad. We have spent
But
90 minutes complaining about all the problems of Final Fantasy VII. And now we're giving it the Game of the Year award.
Yep.
What the hell? It makes no sense whatsoever.
Bogan, remember, this award shows don't really matter.
What a farce.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy VII
Okay,
Game of the
how
Year.
about-
I liked Hades a lot more, but Final Fantasy VII wins. I don't know.
How about this? Just so everyone is happy.
No.
Hades wins.
Yeah,
The
I need
most-
specifically to not be happy.
Hades
get
wins the most votes, but Final Fantasy VII is the Game of the Year
Wins
in our
the
hearts.
critics. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII gets the critic vote.
Final Fantasy VII is not the Game of the Year in my heart.
It is now.
Well,
That game was not so good.
Your feelings are now being overwritten.
so
You know, the more I
new
look,
category,
the more
best
I look
game in
back
our
on
hearts.
FF7, the more I like it. The remake, I mean.
new category, Best Game in Our
Why?
Hearts, Final Fantasy VII or Hades. I'm
It's
voting
be-
Final Fantasy VII.
It's because of a quote. It's because of a quote by Tim Rogers. He said, and I quote, "I trust Tetsuya Nomura to show me specifically a good time," and he is absolutely right.
I'm sorry, Bogan, but the votes are in. And the final category, of course, the Best Game of the Year award show. I have the Essays and Espresso show, and I'm voting for that.
Yep. Yes, this is true.
This is an award-winning
think
podcast now.
The Essays and Espresso show is a farce. It's a sad spectacle
It's rigged.
that has no integrity, so I can't vote for that. And
Well,
you
too
say that's
bad.
rigged?
You're
instead,
being
I'm voting
outvoted.
for the giant bombcast Game of the Year discussion that hasn't even been aired yet.
Well, you've been outvoted,
Well-
Boken. Get out of here.
That is
So-
exactly what would happen on a farce show.
You've been overruled.
So that's the Game of the Year award show for 2020. Hopefully they'll make some
this
actual
was a good
games
deal,
next year.
better than last year's. We're getting better and better. We're aging like fine wine.
I think last year's was much better than this. This was
Shut
a
up.
disaster.
Shut up. Last year's was also a disaster. Shut up.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a controlled disaster. This is like more widely distributed.
Hey, the
Ah,
more chaos, the better.
true. I think so. Yeah, that's all we have to say. So the votes have been tallied. Final Fantasy VII won in a major upset. Haters will say rigged, but it is what it is. I've been Acer Aesthetics. You guys want to sign out?
I've been Daniel Santos. Take care, everyone.
I've been broken. Fuck this.
Bye bye.